This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Thursday, April 16th. Cold air damming the wedge, and that wedge front helping to aid rain and thunderstorm formation across the state today. Some places getting some pretty heavy amounts of rain. Let's go in there and take a look. First off, in the upper levels west of the state, we have that big upper low around the Four Corners. That'll be slowly lifting out in coming days, and a very moist air mass that's been in place all week long. And there's your wedge front. Look at the 50s in East Alabama. It's only 55 at Fort Payne, 59 for Anniston and Gadsden. On the other side of the state, close to 80 near the Mississippi border. We've talked about this for days, and that wedge front coming in from the east has brought some low-level convergence, helping to create this mess. That's a look at the radar at 2:40 this afternoon. The stronger storms at that time were over Pickens and Sumter counties near the actual front. But elsewhere, some fairly heavy rain is falling along Interstate 20, and we have had some flooding issues in pockets today. But still no formal flash flood watches or warnings on our end of the state. We do have some issues down to the south. That's the big watch warning map around the nation. There's a look at the flash flood watches for the Gulf Coast region, basically from Houston to Pensacola. And again, in Alabama, the four counties involved in that are Mobile, Baldwin, Escambia, and Washington. To the west, a tornado watch for parts of the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles until 10 o'clock. There's probably about 10 zillion storm chasers out there today. And that's a severe thunderstorm watch from Corpus Christi up to Dallas-Fort Worth and Lake Texoma until 10 o'clock tonight. The risk of severe weather is in that zone. Texas, north up through parts of west Oklahoma and southwest Kansas. A marginal severe weather risk for the southern third of Alabama for the rest of this afternoon and tonight. Tomorrow, the severe weather threat continues well to the west, from Texas north into the central plains. And on day 3, which is Saturday, there is the standard slight risk from near Mobile and Gulf Shores over to San Antonio, and then north up Interstate 35 to Dallas-Fort Worth and Oklahoma City. But again, for our end of the state, no severe weather risks defined. And day 4, a risk north and west of here. That's Sunday. Overall rain for the next 5 days, valid through Tuesday morning of next week. Additional rain of 1 to 2 inches likely. And here's a look at the analysis of the rain over the past 14 days. The bigger numbers near the Gulf Coast and up north over parts of Kentucky. They had some serious flooding around Louisville earlier this month. And again, we have more rain to go. All right, model fans, here we go. The GFS, this is the 12Z run, valid tomorrow at 1 o'clock local time. Upper low beginning to move east. Down below that, we still have a moist air mass, but I don't think tomorrow will be as wet as today. As the wedge breaks down, the low-level convergence will not be as impressive. In fact, here's the high-res NAM, and you can see that really the showers are pretty scattered tomorrow. Could it rain? Absolutely, but not as extensive or as heavy as the rain today. And the sun might even poke out at times, and the high should be in the low to mid-70s as the wedge breaks down. All right, a lot of things happening this weekend. This is Saturday. The trough beginning to lift out. The surface low is near Gage, Oklahoma. Let's take a look at the high-res NAM. Saturday at 1 o'clock, we got 8A games, spring football games in Tuscaloosa and Auburn. Obviously, the rain reaches Tuscaloosa first, and this is suggesting the rain could begin in Tuscaloosa about the time that game begins. At Bryant-Denny Stadium. If they can get the game in Saturday morning, I think they'll make it. But since it's Saturday afternoon, the rain should be moving in. Auburn, you can see, still dry at 1 o'clock. But we'll zip it up to 4 o'clock, and you can see rain moves into the Auburn area. So Tuscaloosa should be very wet at that point. The rain should begin in Auburn, we'll say 3 to 4 o'clock. So really for both sides, obviously the drier side is going to be Auburn. But rain could be an issue at both games. Auburn late in the game, Tuscaloosa for much of the game. All right, this is Sunday. Surface low is southwest of Chicago, and we're still in a moist axis with showers and storms likely. Thought we'd check the instability values Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. The capes here are about 1,000 to 1,500 joules per kilogram, but the really big numbers are well to the west over Texas. And the wind fields at 850 are lifting out Sunday at midday. So it's kind of out of phase. The overall severe weather threat looks low for the weekend. But then again, this is mid to late April. You have to watch these things very carefully. Monday, the upper trough passes overhead. We'll have to maintain the chance of a few stray showers. And finally, we break out into a dry day Tuesday. Sunny, lower humidity values, cooler nights, and Wednesday of next week looks dry. Probably start the day down in the upper 40s. The high will be in the 70s. Should be a beautiful day. A week from today, heights are still below average. A new upper low is near San Diego, and moisture comes back. We could see some showers and thunderstorms. And this is Saturday, April 25th. And this is suggesting low pressure over Arkansas, and that could be a setup for strong to severe storms. We just don't know that yet. This is beyond 7 days in the land of voodoo, just something to keep an eye on. And this is the 26th, Sunday the 26th, troughing over the east, and that system lifts out and we go dry. Temperatures over the next 15 days. You can see that cooler morning, Wednesday morning of next week, suggesting 46. That'll feel pretty good. Highs across the board, mostly in the 70s, not too far from average values for this time of the year. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.